Does this look fine?
I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
Is everybody being able to hear me? Think so. We'll start then. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us for our seasonal opening press conference with our coach and captain. As always, of course, your cameras and microphones are off. Thank you for cooperating. Do put in your questions in the chat box, and I'm going to put them to Rishabh and Ricky. So we've got questions coming up, but let me start one just to get the session started. Ricky, this one's for you. It's been a great IPL cycle the last 3 years, the last 3 seasons for the Delhi Capitals team. This is a new cycle, lots of new faces. How has it been interacting with everyone and making them feel a part of the Delhi Capitals camp?
Yeah, you're right there. It's obviously, the year after any mega auction is probably the most challenging time for probably captain and coach, to be honest, when you have so many new, fresh faces around. But it's also the most exciting time as well to be working with some of the under-19 boys and different guys from different franchises that have been in different environments. So, no, look, it's been a lot of fun. I actually think our group's come together exceptionally well. When we're at the auction, we've been able to bring some players that have been at other franchises together. You think of Sarfraz and Mandeep, and then someone like Kuldeep and Nagakordi, guys that actually are quite good friends anyway. So we've been able to bring them together into our group, and because they are friends, it's sort of made the dynamic of the group as gelled together really quickly and really strongly in only a short period of time. So, I think we've only been out in training for 7 or 8 days now, but the group's come together great. We've had some good outside training activities as well, just to bring the boys together. But so far so good, and we've got a really exciting group of players that I'm looking forward to starting out with tomorrow.
Lovely. Rishabh, this one's for you from Akash. How excited is the team with the new players, and especially with the inclusion of David Warner?
See, it's always exciting to have new players in your team, but at the same time, we are just following our process, whichever we have been following for last 3-4 years, and I think that is really working for us. Yes, David Warner is one of the biggest buyout for us during the auction because we got him as cheap as possible in cricket, I guess. So very happy with his inclusion in the team.
Okay. Ricky, this one's for you from Neeru Bhatia from The Week magazine. Her question is your thoughts on the evolution of Rishabh in the last 1 year, the way you've seen as a keeper, a batter and a leader.
His evolution, not just the last 1 year. This is my 5th season now here at the Delhi Capitals, and the evolution of Rishabh as a player and as a person has been quite dramatic. In the last couple of years, with some more responsibility, I guess, in and around the Indian team, and obviously captaining the Delhi Capitals last season, I think there's lots of learning experiences for him through the last 12 or 18 months, which will just keep helping him become a better leader and a better person on a daily basis. And I know Rishabh really well, and that's what he talks about all the time. It's about trying to find ways to get better and trying to find ways to improve. But there's no doubt that his maturity over the last 12 or 18 months with his play, but also with his leadership and captaincy, has been outstanding. And that's a big part of my job as well, is to try and help and guide and push Rishabh in the right direction where I can. But saying that, he's got a very good grasp on what leadership is all about, because he's been in successful teams and he's been under strong leaders in the past. So it's just up to me if there's anything that I can help him with, to make sure I'm doing that along the way.
Lovely. Next one's from Vishesh from NDTV. Rishabh, this is for you. Your thoughts on having seen Rovman Powell up close, and do you think he can be an X factor in this team?
Definitely, I guess someone like him who has immense power, especially batting at number 4 or 5 for us. I think it's going to be really good for us this season, because we have been looking for a batsman who can bat down the order. Yes, Stoinis was there, who was doing all the job for us down the order. Hopefully, Roman can live up to his expectation and help Delhi Capital this year.
Okay. Question from Niharika from INS. Coach, you can take this one. How much does planning change for any team think tank, given that there are going to be 10 teams this time around and the format is a little bit different?
Yeah, look, I think that's exciting as well. You know, there's been a lot of talk for a number of years now about the expansion of the IPL tournament. Obviously, it's happened this year with the 2 new teams coming in. It probably made the auction a little bit more difficult, to be honest, with the sort of the spread of the talent pool going out across 10 teams now and not 8. But yeah, and it's a different format, so we've got no real idea how it's going to work yet. You know, we obviously know who's in our group and who we're going to be playing, and you know, which is exciting as well. But I just think it's great for the tournament, you know, to bring these new teams in, new franchises in, and you know, we haven't really talked much about that yet. We've really just been focused on making sure we're ready for game 1, and we know what our challenges are for the first game against the Mumbai Indians, and then we'll talk more about that as the tournament sort of progresses.
Okay. The next one is a bit of a follow-up on the leadership question you took earlier. So this is from Arani from the Times of India. Coach, this one's for you. He says that you initiated Rohit Sharma's captaincy career at the Mumbai Indians. If you were to compare with that of Rishabh and the stage he's at now, would you say they are more or less at the same stage?
Yeah, it's actually, I haven't thought about that actually, but I think they are actually quite similar. I mean, when Rohit took over at Mumbai, he was quite a young man as well, and it just sort of started out in his international career, and it's probably very similar. I'm not sure how old Rohit was, but he would have been probably 23, 24, similar age to what Rishabh's taken over here at the Delhi Capitals. So, and to be totally honest, they're actually quite similar people as well. I know they're great mates, and I know they talk all the time, and they're probably exchanging little things about leadership and captaincy along the way as well. Rohit probably doesn't want to give too many secrets away because we're going to play against him in a couple of days' time. But no, I think the journey, there's every opportunity for Rishabh's journey to be quite similar to Rohit Sharma. You know, taking over as a young captain of a successful franchise and growing on a daily basis, and hopefully that Rishabh can have the same sort of success that Rohit's had at the Mumbai Indians. And then, you know, with some experience in a role like this, in such a, you know, a high pressure tournament like the IPL, then, you know, I've got no doubt in years to come that there's every chance that Rishabh could be an international captain. No doubt about it.
Lovely. This one's for Rishabh from Shayok from the Telegraph newspaper. And Rishabh, his question is, are there any particular goals or any boxes you want to tick on a personal level during the course of the tournament?
See, I've not thought about my personal level or personal performance or anything. We just focus on the team goal, and which is the most important thing for us as Delhi Capitals going forward.
Okay. Coach, this one's actually come up from quite a few people, so maybe we can take that now. Looking ahead to the first game against the Mumbai Indians, a few overseas names missing at the moment for the first game at least. Does that affect the team's preparations in any way?
No, not at all, because we haven't spoken about it at all. We've got the players here that we've got. We've been working exceptionally hard on making sure that they're ready for the first challenge, which is tomorrow afternoon. And we know, you know, in the next few days, next few weeks, that some of our overseas players will arrive. I mean, there's 2 here now, Mustafiza and Geedy are here now in quarantine. You know, it's Seifert and Nortje are obviously here as well, and Rodman's been really impressive in everything that he's done at training and in the practice matches for the first couple of games. So, look, no, we've got what we've got. I believe we've got a really good depth throughout our squad. Yes, we are missing some overseas players for the first couple of games, but that's no worry to us whatsoever. I think a lot of the teams are in a similar boat to us, so we're just pushing forward, making sure our players are well planned and well prepared, and I fully expect, even with a slightly weakened team, if you like, for our first couple of games, that I fully expect that we can get off to a good start on Sunday.
All right, we'll take last couple of questions. Rishabh, this one's for you. Let me just quickly get that. This one's for you, Rishabh. Yeah, all the league matches are happening in Mumbai. Your thoughts on the pitches? How do you expect them to play out during the league stages?
I think in the starting, it might seem a little bit, and as the season progresses on, it's going to get slower and slower. That's what the main thought process. Let's see. We haven't seen the wicket. We are going today for the first time. Let's see how the wicket, and then think about it.
All right. And maybe we can close with this one for Ricky. I'll just pick that up from here. Just a moment. How much of an exciting situation is it to have youngsters coach in the team, especially the likes of Yash, who has very recently led India to an under-19 World Cup win? How exciting is it to have prospects like him and Vicky in the squad?
Yeah, look, it's very exciting for me as a coach, and I think it adds a lot of energy around the group as well. You know, when you've got these highly talented youngsters, and let's not forget with Yash as well, he's been through the Delhi Capitals Academy as well, hasn't he? So it's just a really good example of what the Delhi Capitals Academy is being able to do to produce really good young players, someone that's good enough to captain India through a successful under-19 World Cup campaign. So, look, he's been a great inclusion. Vicky's also been a very good inclusion into our squad, and we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years, we've actually had a fair bit of success doing that and bringing youngsters in. You know, we did the same thing with Prithvi a few years ago, and we know what sort of player he's turned out to be. So, yeah, there's a bit of strategy that goes into that around the option. But, you know, it's not just the young guys either. I mean, someone like Sarfaraz is still a young guy, and even Mandeep, bringing these guys in from other environments. You know, Kuldeep Yadav's still quite a young guy as well. So we were pretty strategic with the guys that we wanted to bring into our team and bring into our culture and environment. And we feel that the guys that we've brought in, we can actually get the best out of them over the next couple of months. And, you know, so far so good. Those guys that we've brought in have all fitted in really, really well. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of these younger guys get an opportunity through the next couple of months.
Super. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you so much, Rishabh, for your time. Thank you to everyone from the media who's joined in. We will send you a recording of this the moment this is done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.